The Lake Forest Podcast is supported by viewers, listeners, and businesses just like you. Michelle Parno has lived and worked in Lake Forest for over 2 decades. Michelle's lending experience, when combined with her real estate expertise, makes her an invaluable asset to her clients as they navigate their home buying or selling process. Call Michelle now at 847-528-8721, 847-528-8721. For the best cannabis in the world, look no further than Iliad Epic Grow. Owned by Lake Bluff's own Rich Ruzich, they are a cannabis cultivation center focusing on hard-to-find small batch products that will delight both the occasional user and ganjier. When visiting Michigan, ask for it by name. Epic Products, exceptional process. For more information, email info@iliadgrow.com. Laracy & Company CPAs, founded in 2010 by Lake Forest's own Brian Laracy, specializes in tax preparation and bookkeeping services. Earning the People Love Us on Yelp award, their process is straightforward. Just upload, review, and file. For a free quote, visit LaracyCPA.com now. That's LARISEYCPA.com. I'm excited to share with you something special from our Lake Forest community, the Aesthetic Lounge Med Spa, located at 775 North Bank Lane in Lake Forest near Wisconsin Avenue. This just isn't any spa. They offer an amazing blend of traditional spa services plus the added benefit of medical procedures and treatments. In a relaxing and luxurious spa environment, you can enjoy a range of cosmetic and aesthetic treatments. These are all performed under the supervision of top medical professionals. The Aesthetic Lounge Med Spa provides skin care, facial rejuvenation, body contouring, laser hair removal, Botox, dermal fillers, chemical peels, and much more. What's great is that each treatment is tailored not just to enhance your appearance, but also to address specific skin concerns and to promote overall well-being. So if you're looking to pamper yourself and take your beauty routine to the next level, give the Aesthetic Lounge Med Spa a call at 224-768-8028 or visit them at their location on North Bank Lane. It's an experience your skin will thank you for. We'd also like to say we're thankful for our Patreon supporters: Otto, John C., Helen, Herrick, JM, and Paul G.
What?
What's up?
What?
I brought a guest.
What? Drusif Weiss.
You wanted to talk about golf courses, so I brought my golf course expert.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, he's the subject. He's my subject matter expert.
Who is
my SME?
Who? As I pour myself a cup of coffee, who is this person, Joe Weiss?
This is my son, Drew. He's in his dorm room there at Liberty University in Virginia.
Looks clean.
He cleaned it up for the podcast, so yeah.
Only what you see on camera. Behind it's a mess.
You see, he's got his Blackhawks banner there off to the side.
Yeah.
He's representing Chicago.
I live in the past too.
Hey, they're getting better. They're on the rise with Bedard.
Okay.
In a few years.
Anywho,
but I brought him on because you said you wanted to rate golf courses this morning.
Yeah, it's a very popular episode. Skoo and I did it off the cuff a few years ago, and a lot of people are checking it out. I don't know nothing about golf, so I guess the way I would look at it is, if I just want to go blow 6 hours of my day, and have a good time, where do I want to go? And if I really care about, playing, that's another thing. And then another thing that I don't know if Drew can speak to yet is there's a prestige on playing in these courses or belonging to these clubs. So I guess let's start off with locally. If you're broke, where's the best place to play golf around here in Lake Forest, young man?
I mean, I think the answer at that point is don't play golf and just save your money. But
Or go to Park King.
Xbox.
Yeah. I don't know, go to TopGolf. But probably not much in Lake Forest. I mean, Deerpath, I like playing Deerpath. It's a good course.
That's what I was going to say, Deerpath. Yeah.
Yeah. But still, for a golf course, it's, even though it's public, it's still like a decent, I don't know how much it is, but it's still a decent price. I've known some people who just suck at golf and just don't want to pay. And they go to this course in North Chicago. I think it's called Veterans or something.
Ah,
It's something linked with the naval base, but you can play if you're not a part of the Navy.
okay. North Chicago. You just have to, do it. Is there an armed guard protecting your car and your
You take
club?
the Cybertruck up there.
We don't like to say that word here in Lake Forest.
There's surprisingly a lot of Teslas at Liberty, which is surprising for Lynchburg, Virginia, which is, I mean, it's like a 50,000 person city, but it's still kind of a more rural place.
Well, college town's a college town. So if you're going to go out with your boys, are you going to go to Deerfield? There's some public courses there, Buffalo Grove, anything there to get a good value, or just stick in
Yeah,
Lake Forest?
I think it depends who I'm going out with. Like if I'm going out with the Lake Forest boys, I think it's more Deerpath, just because that's kind of the vibe. Um, but if it's more, because I grew up in Glenview, I graduated from Glenbrook South High School. Um, if I'm going out with more of the Glenview people, it's probably more like Glenview Park Golf Club is a nice one in Glenview. That's kept pretty good for a public course. And then another cool one is Willow Hill, which is in Northbrook. It's like above the garbage dump, kind of by the Costco, and you can see the Chicago skyline when you're playing. So that's pretty cool. And last time I played, I think it was 25 or 30 bucks for 9 holes in a cart.
Where's
So
the course you go play? You'd play with Grandpa. Where's that one?
Oh, that one was in I think it was
Naples.
Gray's. Yeah, well that and
Oh, they
then
live on a golf course in Naples, but up here there's a place in Lake County you would go with Grandpa.
yeah, that was Gray's Lake. I think it's called Brae Loch. And it was like 30 or 40 bucks with a cart for 18 holes. So
What, how can you like golf without a cart? Like if you go up to Kohler and you got what do you call it, the Scottish links or whatever, that's got
yeah.
to be a pain in the ass to haul or having the caddy haul that stuff.
I mean, I think some guys just do it for exercise, but some people just do it because I don't know, they want to feel like the pros or something. I don't know, because if you watch any golf, they walk the whole 18 holes. They don't take a cart.
Except John Daly.
Yeah, some rare occasions.
So we're talking about the cheap, the value courses around here. So
Okay.
Deer Path, and you're saying what would be number two that you know of? And I have no problems with anybody looking up on Google because that's what everyone's going to do. So I'm going to get
Yeah,
100 emails that says, "What's your handicap?"
I mean, they can fact check me because I don't play many courses in Lake Forest. I'm more of a Naples, Florida golf type of guy. But I'd
What is that?
say Deer Path, which I wouldn't even call it a value course because it's still expensive for a golf course, but it's a public course and I think it's probably the cheapest in Lake Forest. But again, it's Lake Forest. Also Lake Bluff Golf Club or Lake Bluff Golf Course, whatever it's called. It's kind of just the Park District course there. Um, that I heard is not bad. I think that's actually cheaper than Deer Path, and I believe that's where the Lake Forest men's golf team practices, the high school team.
Isn't that place always underwater?
I don't know. I've played there like once, and from what I've heard just from friends, the front nine is nice, but the back nine isn't the best. And then when I was at the driving range there, there's like a 150-yard max, so you can't even hit a driver. You can't even really hit your wood unless you don't hit it far. So yeah, I just went there and I hit like a wedge and a 9 iron.
Okay, so that we talked about value here, and I'm sure other things, and of course your dad can pipe up anytime with parking. But the next level up is that top? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, here we go.
Oh, we're getting a golf expert?
Oh yeah, you're about to get contradicted. Skoo woo 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 Walker. He wants in on the golf course to say hello to Drew and Joe Weiss. And
Morning, gentlemen.
where did Skoo go?
Morning.
Turn your camera on, bud. There you are.
Oh, gee, thanks, Joe.
I know nothing about golf, so I brought my subject matter expert on the show this morning to talk about golf courses. My son Drew Weiss here.
What's up, Skoo? You seem like a
Going
pretty
on?
big golf guy.
Why aren't you in school?
I am. I'm just
Oh,
on Zoom.
okay.
I
Yeah.
Why
don't
aren't you
have
in class?
I don't have class till noon on Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah. So I'd
Well,
be sleeping if I wasn't on this.
at least Skoo's not curmudgeon-y today. So we were talking
Wait.
about golf courses, and we were talking about values, and of course, Deerpath popped up. Drew, you want to clue in Skoo or the other values that you've played out there?
Yeah, please.
So we talked about Willow Hill in Northbrook, the one on like the garbage dump. I mean, we grew up in Glenview, so Glenview Park Golf Club. There was the Prairie Club. We talked about Deerpath and kind of Lake Bluff Golf Course and how Pete called Deerpath a value course. And I would disagree with him on that.
Lake Bluff's a goat ranch. It should be dissolved.
Bah.
Sandy Hart wanted to, I believe.
We'll
Joe, you
take
always have to bring something of politics into a discussion.
Of course.
Drew, I feel
that's
sorry
my-
for you guys. It must be hell. No wonder you're at school.
Marco Rubio spoke at his school. Come on, it's a very political school. Donald Trump spoke at his school many years ago.
We
Golf.
had
Again, why?
Because you brought it up.
Hey, Skoo, how much to golf at Deerpath? I said it's a value because it's just right down the street. So, when I get bored, I can walk.
Deerpath's a value probably in the north suburbs for a public course. The excellent course that it is for the price. It's a dynamic pricing, so it depends on when you play. But
That's why I
there's
see you out there.
not a public course around here better. Maybe Wilmette or Winnetka. They just got that renovated by Kemper Sports, so that might be a little bit better now, but who knows? But no, Deerpath is for the money, except they're being cheap on the carts.
What?
Yeah.
What's that mean?
Now it's a cart cost, I think, is $25 a round, right? But if you have two people in it, they got to pay the same freight. It's not split. But
So
that's the rec board. That's the rec board doing it with people that really have no idea that. But you should be splitting the cart fee if you're two people.
I think
Just
that's
my opinion.
Skoo, you've been taking Botox again, or is it me?
Oh, he froze.
There
I
he
was
is.
going to say you guys froze.
Yeah, I just had to slap
I
you back.
thought it was my
Skoo,
Wi-Fi.
do I see a new look for you emerging here?
No.
I-
You?
Beard and
I think I see a little chew there.
No, I stopped chewing. Had to stop doing that.
What
Hold
about Zen?
on.
What about what?
What about Zen?
Explain.
he's
More.
too old to know what that is.
More info.
More info.
I'm gonna read the Google definition because I've always known what it
Hey,
is.
Joe Jr., just tell me what it is. I don't need a
It's a
red
brand,
definition.
it's a brand of nicotine pouches that are smoke free and spit free.
Yeah, that's
Is that what that is?
that's not tobacco or anything. That's putting some paper in your mouth saying, "Yeah, I'm chewing."
All right, Skoo, thank you for
A good chew is a wadded chew wrapped around some bubble gum. Stick it in there, and
all right. You want to go tangent? What did you choose, Skoo? Let me guess. Kodiak.
nope. I did. I chewed a lot of Red Man when I was playing
Oh god.
sports, and then I had
Like bag of
did
sugar.
Up and down. I would either have Copenhagen or
Okay.
Skull long cut.
All right, Copenhagen. All right, that's legit. You brought that up. Could you
And I
thwap
I
it?
had a skin graft. Oh, I can do that. Yeah, I had a skin graft on my bottom gum. Funny story because I chewed too much. But one of my
Where did they
buddies,
take it from your ass?
no, from my palate. Oh, it was nasty. It's about a half an inch. You
Continue.
could take it from my ass, but it's too soft. But funny story was a buddy of mine who chewed also, and a couple other guys said when I had the surgery, they're like, "You're an irresponsible chewer because you don't move it around." So going up top, you go up top sometimes.
Well,
Joe, I can't see you chewing. I see you like
No.
smell it and go.
Nope. I saw what it did to Tony Gwynn. So no thanks.
I saw what it did to
Chicks love it.
especially
And the long ball.
when they take a sip out of the wrong bottle.
That's been done before.
Anywho, so Skoo, so
Pete,
Deerpath,
Joe,
okay.
Drew.
I can't get into Deerpath. Where am I going next for a value?
Well, it depends on what you call a value. When you're golfing, if you want to go play a goat ranch and pay, nothing to play it, go to Lake Bluff. They'll get you around, but value to me
So
is
that's good for a
playability.
college kid.
Value to me is playability. If you're playing golf, you want to play on a course that's manicured the right way and play is good, and then of course the price. But yeah, I mean there's not a lot of publics around here though. One in
Drew
Highland
mentioned
Park,
before
Sunset
you
Valley's a good one. They just got renovated.
Wait, which one?
Sunset Valley
Where's that?
in Highland Park.
Ugh.
That was just renovated. There's not a lot of publics. There's a lot of privates.
Do they let
before you
use
came
all-
on, Drew mentioned one in North Chicago by the Navy base.
The Navy base, yeah, but that's
It's like, yeah, it's
that's
like
open
veterans or something. Yeah.
Veterans Memorial. That's okay.
And then there's
they
another
redid that, and that's okay.
there's another one I just thought of in Mundelein that I used to play with friends in high school, Village Green.
Yep. Village Green has two courses.
It's not the best kept, but like you could call like 10 minutes before and get a tee time.
Right.
And we kind of just go and screw around and have fun. We won't really play too serious at golf.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you're not, into the golf and just want to go drink and all that, those are the goat ranches to go to. But
Sounds like I'm a goat ranch guy, but why is the high school practicing up there
where?
at the goat ranch?
Because they've been there forever, and they just it doesn't matter with the high school players. They can play on the blacktop and still be one handicaps because they all practice at Conway or all the big, courses. So once you know how to play, it's not like you go to a crappy course and can't play. You just crush it.
So for the kid, I'm just going through my mind all the bar tournaments, the best balls, and Chevy Chase has always been a big one.
Chevy Chase is a good one.
Has always been a good value.
Value also is how far you had to go. I mean, if
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
want to go
Roselle.
play-
I mean, geez.
you want to go play, all the big ones, that's you're traveling. And a good one I think is up in Lake Geneva, Hawksview. That's a fun course. A little expensive, but
For vacation a few years ago, the course on Mackinac Island in Michigan, up by the Grand Hotel, and the back nine, you play the front nine in front of the hotel there, and then you ride a horse-drawn carriage for like 15, 20 minutes to play the back nine on the other side of the island, right by the Mackinac Airport there. I don't know how it is as a golf course, though. They've had some pretty big celebrities there over the years. But
they got
it
celebrities.
was
Did you get to
very
drink?
scenic.
Did you get to sip champagne in little goblets on your little horse buggy ride to the next hole?
If you buy it.
Beer and soda.
Did it come with your cruise line ticket?
Mackinac.
All right, we're talking about values. That doesn't sound like a value. Here, I'll throw. You want to get crazy? All right. What about Trapper's Turn, Wisconsin Dells? Anybody play up there?
I haven't.
Go
Anything
down the water
anything
slides
in
there
Wisconsin
instead.
Dells is a value.
They
You
have
have
the
to scrub
best
yourself off afterwards, but that's
No, you want to leave that layer of urine on. So, okay, so I'm throwing out Trapper's Turn. When I go to the Dells, to me, Dells is like the kiddie Las Vegas. And, if you got to do something that's adult, that's a good place to go. All right, next level up, I'm asking, unless somebody's got another value course, is where does Top Line come into play?
Top line. Oh, the machines?
You mean Top Golf?
Top
What is it?
golf.
Top Flight, the golf brand. The
Whatever
cheap
it is,
golf
you go
brand.
in, you have
Top of the
booths,
morning?
you got levels.
Top Golf in Schaumburg.
Okay, Top
That's
Golf.
not golf.
Yeah. We've been there.
That's not golf.
What is that?
Just go whack balls, I guess.
It's
and drink.
entertainment.
Yeah.
You can play like simulated golf courses on there.
That's not golf. Come on, Drew. Get with it.
Well, we got a simulated golf course right here in Lake Forest called
Not
Duffers.
golf. Golf is
Simulated.
getting out there in the fresh air, hitting the ball, walking, enjoying the
What do you do when it's
Also
January
disagree.
and there's a foot of snow on the ground? You go to Duffers or you go TopGolf
racquetball,
or you go to Florida.
padel.
All right, the question still stands. The kids
Wait,
go
well,
to
Pete, let me ask you
Topgolf.
this: what are you kind of in your head calling value? Seriously,
Me, I don't
Yeah.
have a frame of reference because I hate the goddamn sport. So that's why we got
Pete,
got-
what's
You
your
wanted
handicap?
to do this show.
my handicap is I run
Yeah.
crappy podcasts. That's my handicap. So we got the young kid, we got the old kid, and
and Joe.
and Joe.
I'm Hard Rock. I'm Coco. I'm Joe.
So
Drew has no idea what you're talking about.
people want to, they're going to trip over this podcast. Say, yeah, I'm thinking about golfing. Okay, so we gave the local options, and then you can go. Okay, Duffers is the next level, right? What's the downside of Duffers, Skoo, other than it's not outside? It's pouring rain. I got nowhere to golf, and I want to go out. It's better than nothing, isn't it?
I'm not one of those go hit on a machine, and if I can't play outside, I'm not.
All right.
They
I
got a
just
league now on ESPN, the golf league, TGL, with like Tiger Woods,
Yeah, that's a
lot of the
joke,
PGA
too.
guys.
That's
Talk
It
to
gets
me,
good
Drew.
viewership, I heard.
Yeah, shut down Skoo.
Yeah, who is this kid?
Yeah. You got a problem with Tiger Woods?
I do.
What, you think Jack Nicklaus is better?
Oh yeah. Look at how many
I love
majors
Arnie
have Jack
Palmer.
won. How many
I
majors
go with
has
Arnold
Jack
Palmer.
won?
Who else has a drink named after him but Arnold Palmer and
John
John
Daly?
Daly? But
Daily.
And John
Which is a
Daly's is
spiked
probably better
Arnold
than
Palmer.
Arnold Palmer's.
All right, Drew, since you're like under the age of 60 for this show, like why do people go to that Topgolf?
A few reasons. It kind of functions like a bowling alley for golf. So it's like a
Ah.
hangout. You get food, you can
More
get
ch-
drinks.
More chicks.
You don't get carded.
No, they do there.
Which I need to use.
See, Pete, here's the thing
There's
with people Drew's
Drew,
age,
say nothing.
with people
Fifth
Drew's
Amendment.
age, that type of golf is awesome because there's no strenuous effort put in it, like walking on a golf course or something. And they
Yeah,
want
but
to
you got to get up to the top.
done.
That's some walking up those damn stairs.
But Pete, remember we did the last golf review? And
Yes.
what stoked the controversy
What?
that you love so much?
What?
Not because of the public courses. It was we ranked the private ones. And that's where people went completely haywire. Now it's clicking in.
they don't Pete, they don't take you to their private courses as a guest. They don't trust you, the viewers.
I get taken when it's the end of the month and they're trying to clear out some budget. I'm the perfect person to bring.
Yeah, Pete, we got our food bill needs to be cleaned out.
To go, please. The first 2 pages. So, okay. So, Drew, what is the allure to somebody under 60 going to Topgolf? Chicks, booze, quicker,
Yes,
in and
yes.
out, anything else?
Good. I mean, the food's good. Like you go to a bowling alley and the food's probably crap, but I mean, you go to Topgolf and it's pretty good. They used to have a deal too where it was like $60 for like 6 food items or something. Which for Topgolf is a good price. I don't know what that compares to other places, but I mean, I used to go for that. Just eat some nachos, play some golf. They had like really good like outer donut holes or something. They just had a lot of like wacky like food items that were good.
What's this hitting off of Wrigley Field for 2-3 days? I know you're all Sox
Oh,
fans, but what is that all about?
We did that at Sox Park a few years ago, remember?
yeah, it's I don't know what company does Wrigley Field, but there was a company called Stadium Links, and they did the White Sox Stadium. I think they did like the Rangers Stadium in Texas. They did, I think they might have done Soldier Field, or that was another company, but basically they put tee boxes, turf tee boxes, kind of like TopGolf tee boxes, just throughout the stadium. So I remember there was one, I think maybe on top of the bullpen, and then there was one on the upper deck. They just put them in various spots, and you're hitting onto the field, and you just got to hit these targets. And I mean, it's unique because you're playing on a tee box on the upper deck. That's what 100 feet up in the air. So when you're hitting a ball 100 yards, then you got to adjust your distance. But that's all where the skill comes in, Pete.
That was your birthday present one year, right? We took you to Sox Park for golfing. Yeah.
Okay, so you got you got Duffers and TopGolf, and now you want to start. Are we to the impressing people stage yet of golfing? Okay, we are.
He's
We
not
can be.
answering.
Are you talking to me?
I'm just.
I'm just listening to you guys talk about video games.
You got Knollwood around here. You got what are the other courses around here? Skoo.
Onwentsia.
You got Onwentsia, you got Shore Acres, probably the number one course in the Midwest.
Ooh.
Old Elm, which is close, second to Shore Acres. Northmore and Highland Park.
Okay. The last time we did this, Skoo, why did people get pissed again? Like, what did we get? Did we get anything wrong or?
No, that's why you got people all screaming like, "Oh, my course is better than that."
Oscar Golf Course was here, or was that gone by the time you were growing up?
Joe, how old do you think I am?
I don't know when
The
it was
last
taken
course
out.
was you're Mr. Lake Forest. That's like 100 years ago.
You're Mr. Lake Forest.
Lasker Golf Course.
I mean, that beautiful.
Yeah,
I heard that house.
I
is for sale,
remember
by the
that.
way.
Me and Bobby Jones played a quick round.
I don't know when they
it's
took
right.
it out. I hear that house is for sale, by the way. So if you want a nice fixer upper, there you go.
What else is out there on Highland Park? Also is now I'm spacing out on it.
That's why they're all pissed at us because we're making fun of Highland Park.
No. Let's see. What's there's two in Highland Park. One's an all men's club, which is Bobolink.
Those are
That's
still
a
allowed.
phenomenal. Huh?
They still allow all men's clubs. I thought there was like, well, I guess they used to have clubs that excluded like people of color and things like that, but that's all gone.
It's men's.
But you can still say
I
men
remember I
only
got
at
to
a
play
golf
out there a
course.
couple times a few years ago and get dropped off at the beginning of the parking lot. Wife or so, and then you had to turn around.
So the number one course, is it still Shore Acres, Skoo?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So that's like,
Barring none. I mean, Old Elm is close to it, but Old Elm is a great one too. I mean,
and
it's
this is going to really
exclusive.
get some people going, but is Knollwood just a bunch of wannabes?
No, it's good. I Knollwood was one of my more favorite courses to play on, but compared to those two, no.
I said wannabe. I
Yeah.
just hear if you get money.
Yeah. Well, if you think about the history of Knollwood, those are kind of Onwentsia wannabes.
Oh, is that what it is?
I'm just saying.
Okay, hold on now. I need
Can't
to.
get into Onwentsia, so you go over to Knollwood or
Okay, all right. So,
out to HP. Oh God, I'm spacing out that name.
so the best besides Deerpath, the best golf course in Lake Forest is what, Skoo?
The Lasker Farm.
Ooh.
Well, it was
The
built
best
because
course
the
in
other
Lake Forest, the public course in Lake Forest, is Deerpath. And
Okay.
Deerpath, again, to
This is
me,
the only
is
public course.
one of the top publics in the area.
But before they fixed it up, before they brought in Kemper and all that, it wasn't as good, right?
No, the city was going to turn it into a nature preserve
Yeah, you'd be
because
walking.
they were
out
too
the
cheap
road.
to hire, maintenance.
Well, that's what they were trying to do. That's what the county wanted to
Thankfully,
do with the
Kemper
Lake
came
County, with
in.
that one in Lake Bluff, and
Thankfully, Kemper came in, and that's all history now.
Shore Acres is number one in the area. Lake Forest, number one for prestige. Again, is it Onwentsia or is it Knollwood?
I would say I like Onwentsia better.
What's the difference?
Huh?
What's the difference? They just know you, or just the court,
I
like the
think
service, or
it's a little, well, yeah, but I think the service and the history, well, sitting and having some cocktails in there in buildings, but they're redoing, I believe, the clubhouse pro shop. But no, I think it's a little more challenging than Knollwood, but Knollwood's challenging too. Like
is
them both.
Knollwood is Knollwood more of a social place? Like,
No, they're the same. They got, pools and all that.
no, I mean like you don't necessarily join Knollwood for the golf as you would Shore Acres or
No, Shore Acres. That's golf.
okay, go back to Onwentsia. Go back to Onwentsia.
Valencia, you can join and you have all the amenities, pool, that type of stuff.
I'm under the impression that
Tennis.
one golf course is more pickier than the next one who they take in members. Is that true? Because that's really going to get things
I
clear.
would say Onwentsia.
Okay. So
Do you think they'd take Pete in as a member?
Who?
Pete, do you think they'd take Pete in as a member?
I would
Who?
never join any club that would have me as a member.
Any golf club in Lake Forest? It's Onwentsia, any of
Knollwood.
them.
Okay. So Onwentsia is better than Knollwood.
He's not answering.
What do you want me to answer? What was
He's
the
looking
question?
at his tee
Would
time.
would Onwentsia admit Pete as a member?
Depends on who he knows that's referring him.
Skoo Walker.
You'd have to sell the
not a
Cybertruck
member.
to pay your. You have to sell off your Cybertruck to pay the membership fees, Pete.
That's all right.
Will they let you film the podcast in the clubhouse?
I don't know. I don't know if I'd be able to stay awake. Okay. So Onwentsia,
Exmoor in Highland Park is another one. It's a good one.
Wait, hold on.
Exmoor, yeah.
Exmoor?
Exmoor, okay.
That's similar to Knollwood and Onwentsia with, they have all the amenities. If you join the club, you get a lot more
Okay.
than like a Shore Acres, but
Onwentsia, Knollwood. What's next as far as club? In Lake
Pete
are you
doesn't care
talking about
Highland Park.
amenities or just golf in general?
you said that people got pissed off because we were, dunking on their.
Well, we weren't
Particular
dunking,
brand.
we're ranking, and the rankings did it, Exmoor's number one. Okay.
Okay. I haven't even looked at the rankings from last time, so maybe these will be the same. Is there a number 3?
Well,
Local around
Shore
here.
Acres, right? Number 1. Old Elm,
I'm trying to draw the line on like Lake Bluff.
Bobolink, 3rd.
Wait, who?
Bobolink
Bobolink.
in Highland Park.
Okay.
Drew, what is it now? What are the abbreviations? If you know, you know.
I
I don't know what the abbreviation.
Y
The
K.
IKYK. If you know, you know.
Anywho.
Bobolink is a all male course, which is just a spectacular course.
And is it hard to get in?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me rework this then.
They're all the privates are hard to get in. You got Conway. Conway's
Where's
probably
Conway?
4th, in my opinion. Then
Conway's out by Conway Farms, the subdivision out by 294.
I don't know. I don't think they have a pool. I think it's golf, and I think it's just golf and meals. But when you want to join a club, you gotta, it's not about just you. It's about what your family wants. If you're gonna drop down 50 or 60 grand.
Oh.
So I said you got to sell the Cybertruck,
That's
Pete.
somebody's tuition.
50 grand just to get in line with some of these, I hear.
Oh my God. Onwentsia.
Is the line moving? I would like to play.
So Onwentsia, Knollwood, Conway?
Well, I'm kind of grouping from golf,
Yeah.
and you could kind of group golf and other amenities with like a Knollwood, Exmoor, Onwentsia. I would say Onwentsia probably 5 from those 4 I said.
Okay.
Then Knollwood.
No, again, I got nothing against Knollwood. I just have a lot of stuff against golf. I go hang out in Knollwood. I'm
It's
cleaning up
nice.
somebody's budget. I love it. I'm having a great freaking time.
Knollwood's great. But that's
Well,
kind of what we had last time is like these are all great courses and great things. People are losing their minds. Like, oh, I can't believe I put Knollwood first over. I'm like, okay, great. Come on and give
yeah,
us your
come on.
list. That's I think what we ended up saying. Come on and give us your list.
Yeah, what's your list? Yeah. Well, so
What else is there around the area? I mean, there's just tons of private courses around the area within a 15-mile radius.
what if you got like a
Where
lunch
I've
break
been.
and you want to, like in the city, it used to be like Waveland golf course, 9 holes. You go out there, knock it out, and get back.
Deerpath,
You,
depending on the day.
yeah.
You know, they got tons of women's groups that just monopolize the entire morning. But once in the afternoon, once that's done, then
Yeah.
you can get out. And I usually used to go out before I had some issues. 5 in the morning, pump 18 in before 7:30.
I tell you, I see you all the time out there.
Impossible because I'm not out there all the time.
I see you.
Used to
Pete
be out
doesn't
there
get
all the
that far
time.
west that often, so when he is there, you just happen to be there. I don't know.
Or it could be his
It could
brother.
be out there when I'm out there having lunch or something because they got such phenomenal food out there also.
The
Which,
clubhouse is really nice. They do a nice job. I've been to some functions there. Nice.
but you want
Okay.
to go for a quick breakfast sandwich or lunch? Deerpath's perfect.
All right.
You can just walk in without even having to play golf, right? You just drive
Yep.
up, walk
Yep.
in.
Are there a lot of golf tournaments out there? Like when I was in the bar business, we used to do that quite a bit. I don't see a lot of that. Is there a particular favorite course to go to have fun like that? I would think Deerpath would be a
Now, Deerpath used to have, spots up, but I mean now they get the Fred Jackson coming up in June.
Friends of Park and Rec, Fred
Yeah.
Jackson.
Wow. That's okay. I mean that was a couple years ago when they would have different holes like um the wildlife discovery out on the 12th hole. They had alligators out there and snakes and all that stuff. So that was a fun.
Just
And
like Naples.
then they'd have other sponsors out there. But I mean tell you, last year was the first year without wildlife discovery, and boy was that a dog. I
Really?
mean, it was again
Well,
my opinion.
Well, maybe the podcast should sponsor a hole, Pete, and that would spice things up there.
Whip out your credit card, brother. Go right ahead. I'm right behind you.
You probably won't because there's too many city people out there, and they'll be like, "Oh, we can't, no, we can't go to the podcast. They're out there."
There's only 2 times where I participate in a best ball. I mean, I'm always sitting in the cart chasing the drink girl, but you have that air cannon to shoot the
Oh,
ball.
they have that at Deerpath too. They have it on the last couple of years they've had. That's pretty cool. Drew, have you ever done that? You look like you're falling asleep. Rough night.
I'm a little tired
Drew-
right now. I
Drew's
woke
got
up
the
like an hour ago.
Drew's got the lecture hall look. Oh,
You're talking about all these things from 40 years ago, and I'm 20. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's
Drew,
right. Drew, get
Drew
on
the
it.
cannon has
You
nothing to do with
you got to
40
reach
years
out
ago.
to your younger audiences. We
Well
got to
said,
expand the 18 to 25 viewership, right, Pete?
Amen, Drew. And we do have a nice population of that because Gen Z has turned conservative. So there is something to be said for that.
Well, the golf cannon is nothing to do with age because that's recent, which is pretty cool. So
Yeah.
look that up, Drew. They have it on the second hole of the Fred Jackson, and this company comes out there and it's a gun that rifle you hold, and they put the ball in it, and you aim for the green, and boom, and that
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. That's
closest.
cheap though. That if you're saying Top Golf is not real golf, that's not real golf.
Drew. Listen, this was a golf outing we were talking about. You're sleeping at that time.
Yeah. Come on.
The golf outing has this cannon thing on one hole. It has nothing to do with Top Golf.
Mm.
What's the
And,
strategy of using that, Skoo, by the way?
I don't know, but it's pretty cool. So there's a couple companies that do it, and I believe it's just for that is for events, golf events, and all that. But it is pretty cool. 300 plus yards it shoots, and you aim for the green, and then you play that ball. The closest ball to the pin is what you play.
And then the putting with the drunk glasses on. I mean, that's
But then you also gotta trust that your foursome's not drunk enough, or else and they turn and pull it on you or something, because that thing's
you brought up the drink.
Tragedy today at Deerpath Golf Course.
I'm telling you,
Skoo,
Not-
you brought it up.
I know.
The drinking part, how many best ball tournaments have happened and cheating and lying was accused?
100%.
What are some of the things that you've seen out there? Not that you've done, but when we're doing a best ball and people are trying to catch up.
I mean, it's like, let's just say as an example, in an event you get 4 mulligans you can use, or you can buy mulligans.
Like the balloons.
Oh yeah, mulligan is if you hit a crappy shot and you go, okay, I'm going to do it over. So they'll give, and it's beneficial for a lot of people that like you, Pete, that Joe, that don't play golf but you're participating. But some of these jamokes that feel they have to win the tournament and have to get that they're buying hundreds of dollars of mulligans, and they're still cheating.
What?
Oh yeah,
Have you heard about?
we shot a 54 under to win it. Oh, way to go!
Stu, have you heard about the bunker trick? It's like when you're like swinging and you just like toss your ball out of the bunker.
Skoo's never done that.
No, I've seen people do it, but I mean, yeah.
But like, what's the biggest scam on doing it? Just writing the scorecard wrong?
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's like certain groups want to win it, so they'll do anything they can, and it's like, yeah, you're 80 yards away. That's good. Take a 3 on that.
Pick up.
Okay.
Pick up.
Next
Pick up.
hole. Pick it up.
That can't happen in the Lake Forest course, can it? If there's not a Fred Jackson.
It happens, every group. And every group that wins it is always questionable. Oh yeah, sure.
What
Like
about
30 groups coming in, and the lowest score is like 10 under, and then the winners are like 42 under. Oh yeah, sure. I've seen these,
and they're just blasted, hammered. Hey.
but they won the little tiny cup that they're happy with, and
I can't see that happening in Lake Forest. What's your theory on raffles for the outings?
I like them. Never win them, but
Well, I mean, do you buy like
I'll buy. Yeah,
certain
absolutely.
amount here, here, and here all at once? You watch them. They got to shake up those tickets.
The fun ones are the hole-in-ones. I think that's
Have you had a hole-in-one, Skoo?
I've had one. Yeah, I have.
You're in the hole-in-one club?
Where you got the picture?
I don't. It's got somewhere. It's on the plaque at Deerpath.
Oh, could somebody at Deerpath send that over to us? That could
Fifth
be my
hole.
new screensaver.
Why don't you head out there for lunch today, Pete, and grab a snapshot there.
I'll be busy editing the fine words that come out of your mouth, Joe. So what I can't say is my niece Mary did a hole in one in Naples.
Nice.
Congrats, Mary. That's very, very. I guess that's
Trying to think of the course I played at Naples, a private course years and years ago.
Drew, what was the one you played with your friend?
Yeah, it was Bay Colony. It's inside of Pelican Marsh. So it's like a country club within a country club.
Whoa.
Pelican Bay I've played. That's
Who's the best pro in this area then? I guess you can. That's
The best pro?
That's got to be something. Talk about a fist fight.
Well, it depends on, who's designated a pro or who thinks they're a pro.
I have no idea. I'm asking. That's why I got you guys here. A little
Well, I
bit
mean, I think
here.
Chip Beck's still around here. So, I mean, he'd probably get the nod.
Chip
I think you're
Beck.
finding more and more of the pros live, places where they can play golf year round. So
Chip Beck is a professional golfer, I would assume.
Was, yeah.
Okay.
Retired, but I mean, I think he still lives around here. But
Oh, we got to reach out to him. Well, while you're noodling there, Skoo, when you're going up and down hauling on the course, do you listen to a caddy or do you ever have a caddy?
if I go, well, a Deerpath, no. If I'll listen to, yeah. If I have a caddy, of course you have to.
Okay.
I mean, they're the experts. I mean, I've listened to caddies and I haven't listened to caddies. I'm like, what are you kidding me? I can do this. And then I don't do, and they look at me and like, you want to hit that again? Do it the way I showed you. There you go. Maybe you are smart.
Would you tip that person the same?
What about like rangefinders and watches? How do you feel about those?
Depends. I don't use them. I trust what
I'm a
the
big GPS,
markings
the
are.
the Garmin golf watch guy.
Nah,
Is there something in the ball that helps you find it?
no, your eyes.
No, yeah.
Watch your ball.
When I go to Walmart and I buy the recycled bag of balls, and that's what I bring to go out and hammer out on a course. That's
Nice.
what I do. They
well,
all say,
Costco has a golf ball they come out with that sells out every year.
I don't know, mine say range on them.
Kirkwood.
All right, go.
I just find them in the rivers.
So,
Why?
so, so
I'll use this one for a while.
has anybody had any come to Jesus moments on the golf course when something just was whizzing by? Like a little Trump action?
Yeah.
I've
Seen
never
it.
had one.
Yeah, in those low
Or
tournaments, you can get buzzed easily in those smaller courses.
Why don't they use an air horn instead of just yelling four?
I don't because it's supposed to be a peaceful, quiet, 18 holes. That's why you yell four. I didn't see that.
And to the left, the magic golf ball.
That's like a Cub fan. If you don't follow your ball on a golf course, it's the Cub fan that doesn't follow anything going on in the game. They're always yapping, and a foul ball comes whizzing by, or they get hit by one. It's like, wow, how could you not say? Well, I wasn't paying attention to the game.
They're stepping over the Sox fan laying in the curb.
Sox fans at least watch the game and can speak about baseball.
I don't know, but hey!
unfortunately, there's only like about 200 at each game these days. But yeah.
Cub fans don't. There's only a select few that I can appreciate that are Cub fans and know baseball.
By the way, you last week on the show you were complaining about not getting the Sox games on TV. Come over to my house because I figured out how to. I got a cheap antenna,
I know
hooked it up.
that's what I said on the show. You buy this cheap antenna and it's 62.2.
Yep, and then and if there's two games going on, the 62.3. So I figured it out. So now I can watch the Sox, the Bulls, and the Blackhawks.
That's the best value that a taxpayer can have is that little digital antenna because it is a nice picture and it is a nice.
Is it
Oh,
like $25 or something at Home Depot or something like
I'm
that?
just telling you, it's a little.
Go to Lake Forest True Value. Support a small business here in town. But yeah,
How much is it?
like 20 bucks, 25.
Yeah,
It
get
depends
on
on
your roof?
there's different they'll say on the box the range. And I'm like, I don't know what the best range is.
Well, there's no
so I
truths
went
by
with the
you, Joe.
highest number. So and it probably was overkill because not only do I get the Chicago stations, I get the Milwaukee stations. But
Where do you hooked up the antenna?
I put it in the attic, and then I bought this thing online. It's called Tableau, and you plug it in, and then it puts it on the Wi-Fi in your house. So if you can then use an app and put it on all your TVs, because we have YouTube TV for our regular TVs. So 25 bucks for the antenna, and then $100 for the Tableau thing, and you're set. There's no more, you're not paying anything after that other than your electric bill.
Yikes.
You're,
Seems like a lot of work.
Took me about 2 hours to set it all up, but I watched the Bulls game, and I watched the Sox game. I watched the Hawks game.
DVR.
Come on over, Skoo. We'll have a drink and you can watch.
It's all free, but we digress from golf. Any thoughts on Jim Nance?
Love Jim Nance.
Was he missing
buddied
calls?
with
He's on the
Willow.
green.
He's retiring in like 2036.
A tradition unlike any other.
Speaking of this weekend, Masters, I believe.
Is
Well,
I
it?
think
the
it's
Final
next
Four is
weekend.
this weekend.
Next
and
weekend
then
is Masters.
next weekend's Masters, yeah.
Okay.
But
Now,
Nance
Jim
doesn't
Nance
do
is
Final
great.
Four anymore. He retired from Final Four. But he is still doing the Masters.
He'll always do the Masters.
Good luck to the Hoosiers in the Final Four. So,
Worst,
Hey,
worst,
one
final,
kid-
worst
of all
college
the
basketball
schools-
tournament ever.
Of all the schools that the four of us went to, one was in March Madness this year. Which one, Drew?
Liberty.
And
They lost in the first round. Drew was there. He went to Seattle. Saw the game. And Drew, I don't know if you want to tell them all about your NIL work. Drew works for the NIL.
go,
Yeah,
Drew.
I work. Yeah, so I work with the NIL collective here. So I mean, NIL is pretty
Sounds like
prevalent
a
in college
game.
sports today. So what we try and be one of the top in group of five. We obviously don't compete with schools like Texas. Oregon has a really good NIL collective. And I mean, I don't know. You got questions about it or?
No, you say it's a collective. It sounds like the mob or something. So what you see a good recruit and you go up and you say, sign on the line, work with you, or how does it, do you get a cut?
There's some sort of business worked out. But I mean, I don't know. Same way you get guests on the podcast. You do your magic and you get them.
So Naples.
portal's the worst thing for college basketball that's ever happened.
But it
They
basically
need
took what
they need to shrink the tournament down to 32 teams, if not less, because that's what it's going to come out to. Your Liberty is no longer going to be a part of it because they're not going to be able to compete.
Oh, that's fighting.
But
words.
it took what they were all doing under the table and just put it out in the open.
What's that?
Paying college athletes.
It's different from the portal.
The portal. Okay, I'm sorry. I was
Different
thinking
from the
NIL.
portal.
I was
When
thinking
you get to the
NIL.
portal, then you start paying
The
them.
portal is crazy. The portal is crazy. I agree with you on that. Yeah.
No,
The NIL just basically
Yes,
took
it is.
what was going on under the table and put it out in the sunshine.
but it's tied to the portal, and that's the worst part of it because
Yeah. you got
mid-major
kids
schools,
playing-
mid-major schools can no longer compete, and the downslope of that is high school seniors aren't going to get recruited anymore because they can pull someone from a mid-major, and these kids are all going to go to smaller schools, and it's a tragedy.
Well, and you're gonna have guys that in their 4 years of college are gonna play for 4 different schools sometimes.
When you look at the portal last year, apparently there was like 700 people in the portal compared to this year at 2,300. Something's
There's more.
wrong.
There's more. No,
That's the importance of the collectives. They got to just fundraise better and do your best to retain
Yeah,
guys.
but Drew,
also
here's the
keep
thing:
those
is what you
relationships, too.
said with the collective, you can't compete. Liberty can't compete. No way.
They can
How are you
compete in
gonna
the group of 5.
You can, and as a group of 5, you can still be like if you look at Memphis, they were a 5 seed. Now they did lose in the first round, but they were ranked in
Eric
the top
Rose's
25
alma
all
mater.
year. So you can compete.
But the
as
thing is,
G5.
you can compete and go into whatever 5 or whatever is, get into the tournament, lose, and then look at Michigan State. They're losing guys in the portal right now. Why would you leave? You're just in the final 8.
Well,
Back to golf.
and I think if it's going to dilute the product, and they're going to have to revisit it, because the thing about college sports was that it wasn't like the pros, that it was Yeah, the guys should be paid. I think it was goofy that the kids working in the bookstore were getting paid and the guys on the football or basketball team
And they
weren't.
should get paid because they're generating money more than what anyone else can generate for the university. So they should be compensated. Besides the fact they're getting a full scholarship, which is a big thing too. But but the use of it, the portal is just crazy. There's no
Yeah, like I said,
regulation
it's going to
around it.
dilute the product after time because
I mean,
people,
I'm
if
not bitching about Indiana, but Indiana has one scholarship person from last year. Everyone in the portal.
Do you know what their collective's like? I haven't really looked at
I
like
don't
Big Ten
follow them.
collectives.
I
No.
don't know what the collective is and all that.
I mean, when
All I know
Indiana has a
is
better,
they have a pot. Indiana was the number one NIL in the Big Ten. That worked.
well, I thought Ohio State was.
No,
Well, nobody wants to go to Indiana. So
but though Pete, but you're right. You're absolutely. Why would you? Bloomington, Indiana is beautiful. I mean, spectacular. Why would you want to go to Southern Indiana when you can go to Florida?
don't know. The
I mean,
money's big
it's
enough.
but that whole NIL thing worked out real well for Indiana basketball. They paid the most and they lost everybody.
Who's got the
That's the
best?
downside. If you don't win, those kids are cruising the next year. Like, I'm out.
You guys can Google this and we'll wrap it up. Who's got the best college golf team? I saw Arkansas in there.
I think
Could
it's
be.
Pepperdine. Pepperdine was number one for a while.
Well,
I
look
Illinois,
don't
it
know
up,
who's
Drew.
number one right now.
Give us the rankings right now, just so we know, because I would think
Illinois is very good if you look at the last how many PGA winners this year. Two of them from Illinois.
Well, Drew's looking that up. How does Lake Forest golf rank there in the IHSA?
They're always top five, if not better.
despite their practice course.
Hey, listen, when
Texas is number one
when all
right
your
now.
golfers are one handicaps, I mean,
All right,
Or
Drew,
lower.
read off the top 10 for us.
Got you. Texas, Auburn, Arizona State, Oklahoma State, Ole Miss, LSU, Oklahoma, Virginia, North Carolina, and Illinois.
Whoa.
So Illinois is the only like northern state in that list.
Yeah. Like
Everything
baseball.
else is
just like baseball, it's where the weather is.
I
Best
didn't know-
weather is going to get the best players.
I didn't
Liberty
know-
Golf was good a few years ago. They made the national championship, and they had a guy who played on Live Golf.
Who golf?
Live Golf,
What's that?
it's the golf league where they bought all the PGA players,
Oh,
paid
is
them
that
millions of dollars.
the Arabs?
Yeah, the Saudis.
Yeah. What are you laughing? It's not Saudi's not an Arab?
They are.
Okay. Just
Arab.
what I say.
Mr.
Arab
Mr.
Kardashian?
Politically correct. I don't want you to say that because then people will think that I'm proving that.
Trump was big with live golf, right?
I don't
True.
think so.
Yeah, I think there was some, I forgot where it was. They did some some competitions, whatever, tournaments at his golf course. And it was like him, Tucker Carlson, all that crew.
Now you
owns
got Pete's
Doral?
attention.
Who owns Doral, the blue monster?
Don't know.
Trump.
I'm sure I'll look
That's
that one
Trump's
up.
course. That's Trump's course.
So, Drew, how did real quick, we'll get out of here. How did your school get named after the Libertarian Party?
I don't think it did. I think I actually don't know how the Liberty name came across.
It's from a Bible verse about liberty, is what it is. And
I would get
think it's
confirmation, Drew.
no, it's on the wall at the school, Drew. Remember we saw it.
Better look closer, Drew.
I guess it is.
Drew, Drew Weiss, Joe Weiss, Skoo Walker, riveting, outstanding. I'm sure they'll be talking about this show on the internet forever on the North Shore
I'm already
Chicago
getting
golf courses.
people.
Ding,
texting me.
ding, ding, ding. All right, hey, to all you Tesla lovers out there,
Hey,
hate
wait,
has
Pete, you
no
didn't even tell
homework.
us how the Tesla thing you went to was in Libertyville.
I didn't go to the second one. Waste of
Oh,
time.
I thought you said you were going to the second one.
Oh, they got nothing to say. They have long story short, our treasurer and our tax dollars are going out there collecting hashtags. That's what they're doing. And they're getting all the Lake Forest Place people out with the promise of a quart of Ensure and unlimited Depends for the day, and they get them out there and protesting. That's all it is.
All right, I got the Bible verse. Where
I
the
know,
Spirit of the
yeah.
Lord is, where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. That's 2 Corinthians 3:17.
And then I know the flame name is supposed to be like you're like a flame for Christ. I think that's the origin of Liberty Flames. So there you go.
So it's not the Libertarian University.
And there I go.
No.
Okay, everybody, happy golfing.
The Lake Forest Podcast is supported by viewers, listeners, and businesses just like you. Michelle Parno has lived and worked in Lake Forest for over 2 decades. Michelle's lending experience, when combined with her real estate expertise, makes her an invaluable asset to her clients as they navigate their home buying or selling process. Call Michelle now at 847-528-8721, 847-528-8721. For the best cannabis in the world, look no further than Iliad Epic Grow. Owned by Lake Bluff's own Rich Ruzich, they are a cannabis cultivation center focusing on hard-to-find small batch products that will delight both the occasional user and ganjier. When visiting Michigan, ask for it by name. Epic Products, exceptional process. For more information, email info@iliadgrow.com. Laracy & Company CPAs, founded in 2010 by Lake Forest's own Brian Laracy, specializes in tax preparation and bookkeeping services. Earning the People Love Us on Yelp award, their process is straightforward. Just upload, review, and file. For a free quote, visit LaracyCPA.com now. That's LARISEYCPA.com. I'm excited to share with you something special from our Lake Forest community, the Aesthetic Lounge Med Spa, located at 775 North Bank Lane in Lake Forest near Wisconsin Avenue. This just isn't any spa. They offer an amazing blend of traditional spa services plus the added benefit of medical procedures and treatments. In a relaxing and luxurious spa environment, you can enjoy a range of cosmetic and aesthetic treatments. These are all performed under the supervision of top medical professionals. The Aesthetic Lounge Med Spa provides skin care, facial rejuvenation, body contouring, laser hair removal, Botox, dermal fillers, chemical peels, and much more. What's great is that each treatment is tailored not just to enhance your appearance, but also to address specific skin concerns and to promote overall well-being. So if you're looking to pamper yourself and take your beauty routine to the next level, give the Aesthetic Lounge Med Spa a call at 224-768-8028 or visit them at their location on North Bank Lane. It's an experience your skin will thank you for. We'd also like to say we're thankful for our Patreon supporters, Otto, John C., Helen, Herrick, JM, and Paul G.